Now let's get started with Excel validation. This is a feature that allows you to control the type of data entered into a cell or range of cells. By setting validation rules, you can ensure that users enter only valid data, reducing errors and maintaining data integrity. Now, the key areas we are going to focus on is how to limit data entry. This will restrict users to specific types of data such as whole number, dates, or the length of text they should enter. Now, we are also going to focus on creating drop-down lists. This will allow users to choose from a predefined list of options, making data entry faster and more consistent. You're also going to look at how to customize validation, how to use custom formulas to create complex validation rules, such as ensuring one cell value is greater than the other, and also create some error alert that will display a custom error message if the data entered doesn't meet the validation criteria, guiding users to correct their inputs. Now, let's get to the initial database we have been using so far. Heading over to the discount column, we are going to create a data validation rule to restrict the percentage that we are going to enter at the discount column. So let's assume we can't apply 50% discount to products no matter the amount purchased. So what we are going to do is to select column E and head over to the data tab, and under the data tab you can see data validation under the data tools. Click on the data validation and a pop-up will show. Now under the pop-up we have settings, input message, and error alert. Head over to the settings and under the allow, click on the drop down. You see a whole lot of lists here that you can select. Now it's going to be whole numbers, and after selecting the whole numbers you can see from the data we have between. Okay, so I'm going to change between and select less than. Okay, so any values that I'm going to enter in the range of cells that I have over here should be less than 50. So the maximum number should be 50. After that, I'll head over to the input message. This will give an input message to any user whenever a cell in that particular range is selected. So I'm going to give a title to it, let's say note, and then the input message will be, please enter discounts less than 50. Okay, so before the user will even try to enter any number within the discount column, this will be the message that the user is gonna see before entering any number. Now let's go to the error alert. Now under the error alert we have the styles, we have the warning, we have information, and we have the stop. Okay, so I'm going to select the stop, and this will be the error message that the person will get whenever he or she doesn't enter as per the settings. So our title will be, let's say, reason. The reason is that maybe you entered a number more than 50. Okay, so this will be the error alert. So I'll just simply click on OK. Okay, so as you can see, whenever I select any cell within that particular range of data, this is the input information. So let's try and input a value more than 50. So I'm going to tap 60, and when I try to press enter, this is the error alert that we set. So you entered a number more than 50, so you need to retry it again. Let me say 50. Okay, there's still an error alert because we are expecting something less than 50. So when I input, let's say 49, click on enter, then that is okay. So this is one way to restrict the inputs or validate the inputs within a data set. Now let's head over to how to create a drop down for data validation. How to create a drop down. So we are going to create a drop down based on the categories that we are going to have. Okay, so let's say when I have a new input from the product name, we have, let's say, chairs, we have clothing, and let's say we have some shoes. Okay, these are new inputs and we need to set some category for it. Okay, so we are going to create a drop down list over here that we can simply select from the drop down the categories in which our newly added list will fall under. So what you have to do is to create a category beside the normal Excel table you have. So I've created the following categories. Okay, we have the electronics, the computer, as you can see at our category column. Okay, so you can simply create the category again. Let me say we had electronics, okay, and we have the computer, we have widgets, sorry. So as you can see me doing over here, we are creating list of categories. Okay, then we have audio. From the audio, I'll add gadgets to it. I'll add gadgets to it. So this is the category that we have. What I'll do is that I'll come to column H, okay, the category, and from there I'll move over to my data tab. Then under the validation, I'll select validation. Okay, so from the settings, you move to the settings. Then from the allow, you are going to allow for lists. Okay, and then our source is our newly created categories over here, the categories we have. Okay, then we can select some or input some messages and also create some error alerts when the person doesn't enter anything within this category. So that's how to customize it as well. So I will just simply click on OK. Okay, so from here, whenever I select any cell within the range, there is a drop down button over here that you can click. Okay, good. So this is how to create a drop down list. Now imagine we've added some new product names to it. Okay, and then the new product, the category of the new product is not part of what you created already, so you need to add it up to what you have here. Okay, so what you are going to do is, let's say the chairs falls under furniture, so I'm going to enter furniture over here. Okay, when I enter furniture, among my drop down there should be furniture, but as you can see, there's no furniture over here. So what you have to do is to just move the furniture in between the list you created already. Okay, now this is not part, but within this range is the list. So what you have to do is to move it in between the list you've created already. So you select the furniture and hold on shift and move it. Okay, when you move it, you can move it in between the audio and then the gadget. And if you head over to the category column, now we have our furniture to be part. Okay, so the same thing as adding fashion. Okay, let's say our clothing falls in the category of fashion. I'll just simply do that. Head over to where the fashion is and select, hold shift and move it. Okay, good. So that's how to simply do that. So our clothing is going to be fashion. Good. Now let's also try and give a restriction to data, maybe the length of characters or the length of text that can be entered. Maybe you set some passwords, okay, that should be limited to a certain length of text. So let's look at how to do that. So looking at the product name, okay, we are going to set a data validation for it based on character limit. So we are going to select data validation. Okay, so there is it. From the data validation, you go to text length. Okay, when you select the text length, okay, let's say I want the length of the text to be less than, let's say 15 characters. Okay, good. So anything, when I try entering a word with more than 15 characters, let's say randomly entering anything at all, okay, and I move from that particular cell, this is the error unless anything I type there is less than 15. Okay, so that's how to simply do that. Okay, so let me just type something less than 15 characters. Good. Now it is being validated. So this is data validation and how you can simply do that. Now let's say we want to arrange this particular list, or maybe let's say you want to hide it because someone might delay this, okay, which will affect the category selection. So you can simply select this, okay, right click it, and you can hide the column. Okay, when you hide the column, the category, among the category is still going to work. Okay, good. So that whenever you are working with someone, you can easily hide the column, okay, so that anything that you don't want it to be deleted can be kept as such.